Yo, what's going on, guys? It is JD here, back with another episode of the I Rate Your Squad series for the first time for 2K21. You guys absolutely love this series in 2K20. I think we ended up doing 25-ish episodes, maybe pushing 30, I don't know, but we did quite a lot more than I expected, and a lot of you guys have asked for it to come back for 2K21, so I think it is about that time. So the tweet went out earlier on today. I think it's got more replies than this because I've picked up these earlier on. But yeah, keep an eye on the Twitter. Twitter.com/JD_crossover. If I get enough replies to this tweet right here, I may do another video based on it. So you can see it's got 33 right now. If we get enough, because we've got 10 in this video to get through, if we get enough, we might do another episode. But if not, I will just do a fresh tweet in the next few days or maybe next week. And we might start making this a weekly series like we did last year. I think we were doing 2 episodes per week. And I think that's kind of what I want to get back to. So, today we've got a lot of incredible teams. Like, bro, every single one of these teams is pretty much better than mine, which is wild. But anyway, before we jump into it, if you guys are new around here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe for the daily streams and the daily videos. And of course, a massive shout out to the goats of the channel: Eric, Jason, Cody, Spooky, Caleb, Callum, Aiden, Dubs, and Andrew. Thank you so damn much for your support. If anybody else wants to become a member of the channel, there's a join button down below. If not, top line of the description. Click on that and it will show you how to do it. So, bearing in mind that Season 2 is just around the corner, so a lot of people have done exactly what Ian have done right here and have sold their entire team. So a lot of teams at the moment are just reward cards, and I'm not going to be telling people to ball out and spend all of their MT, because that's just not a smart play. You know, the next season's coming. It's coming soon. It's coming fast, and there's going to be some mad cards going on in that, so I don't really want to go telling people to spend like 500,000 MT on a card. That ain't a good vibe. Anyway, Ian comes in and he says, "Hey JD, I just sold my entire team and just used reward cards. I have 350,000 MT and I want to know what you think I should improve." Wow, I can't talk. It's been a while. So he's done the grind for the Pink Diamond Steph. He's also done the grind for the Pink Diamond Elgin Baylor. He's also done the grind for the Diamond Bill Russell. He's also done the grind for the Diamond JaVale McGee. Oh my god. Ian, GG bro, you've smashed it. So he's just got 2 shooting guard positions open. He's got 350k MT. I would not recommend spending all of that, obviously. So I'm going to say just get 2 people who are reasonably cheap. I don't know. I'd say get Clay, because the rest of the team is ridiculous. So you got to have a really, really good card in there. And I think Clay is definitely that. He is on a little bit more of the expensive side, but he's not break the bank expensive. And then off the bench, backup shooting guard, I'd say just get someone reasonably cheap, like an Eric Gordon or someone like that, because you don't really need to ball out crazily on a backup shooting guard. Not at this point anyway. Maybe come Friday, maybe add in someone a little bit more expensive. But if you've got Clay here, and you've got the Splash Bros out here, oh boy, that's going to be fun. Incredible team though. Like, just based off of these 4 cards here, this is mad. I can't give it full rating because it doesn't have 2 players there, but Ian, GG bro, amazing. Next up we have got Guilty, who says, not sure, I can't talk, not sure what to say. I like it, you can rate it though. So, another person who has completed the Pink Diamond Steph Curry grind, but not only that, he has also done the Pink Diamond Dr. J as well, and the Bill Russell. GG! That is unreal. I have not seen many Julius Ervings out in the streets of 2K. And I think that's probably the first one I've actually seen in the squad, not going to lie. So Guilty, bro. Fair play. Is there any way to improve that squad? I mean, probably. I mean, maybe get someone in for Gary Payton down there. Maybe a John Stockton or a Darren Williams. And Ben Wallace, again, maybe could... I'd probably put Dikembe over Ben Wallace. But, I mean, Jesus. What an unbelievable squad that is. Fair play, Guilty. I was about to say, the ratings are going to be all over the place, but we're at the start of the year right now. Can you get much more of a better squad than this at this point in the game? I don't think you can. I really don't think you can, so this is going to have to be I can't give it a 10 on the first episode, can I? We'll give it a 9. We'll give it a 9, because that is just unreal. But Guilty, GG, bro. Next up, we have got B Wildcats. I run at deep hash, or hatch, I assume he means hash, and Horse freelance all the time, and I usually 3-point hunt with Eric Gordon. I have 160,000 MT, so we've still got the Ruby AI. We've got Ruby Paul George, Amethyst Boris Diaw, Amethyst Louis Scola, and Ruby Tyson Chandler. Off the bench, Byron Scott, Eric Gordon, Bruce Bowen, Stephen Jackson, and Cat at that centre position. So, Louis Scola, he's got to go. He is a bad card. He is bad news. And I'm going to say, again, like, don't spend all your MT. There's no real point in doing that. But you can still make some improvements for not much MT. So I'm going to say bring in someone like a Bailey Howell at the 4, and then maybe switch Boris Diaw and Bailey Howell. So you have Howell at the 3, Diaw at the 4. I think that's a pretty good move. AI, I'd probably say get rid of and just bring in Gus Williams, because Gus Williams is ridiculously good. I know they're pretty similar, but I do feel like Gus is the better of the two. And then at the shooting guard position, you could splash out a little bit on, a Doug Christie, and Alan Houston, and Mitch Richmond. It's not a crazy amount, and obviously that's going to help very much with your 3-point hunting. And off the bench, I think you're pretty safe with a budget lineup. Byron Scott, Bruce Bowen, Eric Gordon, Stephen Jackson. Very, very solid budget lineup right there. I don't think there's too many other budget cards that can come in for that amount. Maybe you could get in a Michael Cooper in there for a little bit extra defense as well with that Hall of Fame clamps. But I don't know. I think for your MT, you don't want to be spending it all. But I would say Louis Scola would be the first person I would upgrade out of this slot right here. But a solid team. I would give that one it's solid. We'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's solid. Next up, we have got some guy called Dubaga. DG? I've never heard of this guy before. I like to not play defense, but have Heart Crusher on my entire team, so as soon as the opponent gets Cold Ring, I don't have to play defense. I have quick first step and range extender on all my players, and my offense consists of blowing by any unsuspecting individuals without clowns on all 5 players. DVG's team, obviously, incredibly meta. John Stockton, Darren Williams, Clay at the 3, Boris Diaw, Draymond at the 5. My man out here going full Rockets mode. And off the bench, Sleepy Floyd, Mitch Richmond, Michael Cooper, Paul Pierce. Of course, DVG was like 85-0, or is 85-0, something like that in Unlimited, which is wild. And then Amethyst KP at the 5. I mean, if you want a rating out of 10 for meta, that's a 10 out of 10 squad right there. And it obviously works so damn well for him. I don't know what to say. That's just a ridiculous team, isn't it? If I came up against that, I would cry. And I'd probably lose by about 100. If me and DVG played this year, it wouldn't even be remotely close. Like in previous years, we've always been roughly about the same. Like some years I've edged it, some years he's edged it. Last year went to a game 5, and even that game 5 was close. This would not even be close, and it's not down to the team either. Well, maybe a little bit down to the team, but not much down to the team. It's mainly down to like skill as well, or my lack of skill. But yeah, GG. What a ridiculous team, man. That's a lot of time gone into that to get the Paul Pierce. And there's a little bit of MT gone into it as well to get the Draymond. John Stockton's a little bit as well. Darren Williams isn't too much. Yeah, GG. What a team. What a team. Next up, we've got Donald. I'm the good mornings guy, my guy. He always comes through when I'm streaming in the afternoon and he says good morning, because time zones. I don't have much MT, but I'm willing to make some changes. I'm pretty happy with this team, though. So, Byron Scott, Michael Cooper, Bruce Bowen, Bailey Howell, Bob Lanier. Very lucky getting him off the Ascension board. Off the bench, we've got Gus Williams, Kerry Kittles, Jamal Mashburn, Boris Diaw, and still the Ruby starter Shaq. Now, I'm going to say that Shaq's probably got to go, because... my boy's slow. My boy's so slow. I don't really like using that card. I mean, I've got him. He was my starter card, but I will not usually bring him out of the woodwork for anything, really. You could bring in someone for a little bit more offense in a Bill Lambier. I think that's not a bad shout, because Bob Lanier can't shoot, so Bill Lambier can come in and give you that option at the 3-point line. Off the bench, Gus Williams and Kerry Kittle's fantastic. Jamal Mashburn as well, Boris Diaw as well, fantastic. Michael Cooper, that Hall of Fame clamps. It's a very, very good squad. And with your 7,000 MT, I don't think you can really make any upgrades. Like I said, Bill Lambier is probably the only thing you can do and should do. But other than that, pretty solid. And I'm just liking seeing so much of a variation of players in everyone's squad. Like, it's the first time we've seen Jamal Mashburn, first time we've seen Kerry Kittles, first time we've seen Bob Lanier as well. Obviously, that comes down to luck, but it's still first time we've seen it. But Donald, nice team, bro. Very nicely well made. And yeah, Michael Cooper, insane Hall of Fame clamps. Bruce Bowen, 3&D, the definition of 3&D. Bailey Howell's been out a while, but is still an OG and still a very, very good card. Byron Scott, not bad. I'd probably start Gus Williams over Byron Scott, but that's just personal preference. Solid squad, we'll give that one a 7 out of 10. Next up, we got Justin. Around 5 out and some pick and roll to score off shooting and kicking to shooters. Almost to 700 KMT, bruh. I'm wanting to upgrade small forward, power forward while saving most of my MT. Understandable. Also could unlock up to 4 diamond reward players. Well, I'd strongly recommend against it because, again, when the new season comes along, there's going to be new reward players, so don't use your tokens now. Save them up, bro. Save them up. So we've got Steph Curry, again, another person who's done it. GG. He's done the Mycon grind as well for all-time Dom, and he's got lucky on the Essential board with that Bob Lanier. So he says small forward, power forwards. He's got Boris Diaw, Sam Perkins, and off the bench, Bruce Bowen, and the Scal, the White Mamba. So, if you don't want to spend too much MT, you can just get someone like a Steven Jackson who's going to give you a more well-rounded option than someone like a Scalabrini. Obviously, Steven Jackson's not going to be ideal at the power forward position. Can he play power forward? I'm sure he can. Is he small forward, power forward, or small forward shooting guard? Oh, no, I don't know off the top of my head. If he can't play there, then scrap that. But if he can, then go for it. Other than that, Michael Cooper at the 3. No, you've got him at the 2. Very good. Okay, so we'll go instead for Bailey Howell at the 4. There we go. I know he can play the 4. Get Bailey Howell at the 4 instead of Scalabrini. I do feel like Scalabrini is a little bit of a weak point. Sam Perkins as well. Probably not the best option there. Boris Diaw, probably move him to the 4. And if you want to just spend a little bit of your MT, because you do have a hell of a lot, just bring in Clay. Chuck him at the 3. And you got Michael Cooper for the defense. You'll have Clay for the defense. Steph, Boris Diaw, and George Mycon, and that's a bruh squad. That's ridiculous. You see it and you go, bruh. But great squad, Justin. That is going to be an 8 out of 10 from me. It's definitely better than the last 2 we have just seen. Next up, we've got Sam Bino Dino. Hello, I have 250k MT, and I'm looking to upgrade the backup shooting guard position without spending too much. Fat Lever, Sleepy Floyd, Dave Dubucher, Bailey Howell, Ralph Sampson. Bro, GG, getting it from Limited. Carl Lowry, Kerry Kittles, Michael Cooper, Boris Diaw, and Al Horford off the bench as well. So, if you're not looking to spend too much, you're kind of looking at people like the Mitch Richmond, the Doug Christie, the Amethyst Allen Houston as well, or an Eric Gordon as a real budget option, and I think he's probably just about better than Kerry Kittles, but see, Kerry Kittles is there and you haven't had to pay for him, so that's a dub. But other than that, I mean, Ralph Sampson, very good card. Not the most incredible, but as a pink diamond, you know, still pretty decent. Kyle Lowry probably needs upgrading. Just get yourself Gus Williams. You know, it's really easy to pick him up. Or move Sleepy Floyd down to the 1. Sleepy Floyd, very, very capable at playing the 1. And then just bring in, you know, Eric Gordon then at the 2. That's not a bad shout either. So I'd probably recommend doing that. But for the squad itself, again, pretty solid. Plenty of amethysts, plenty of good amethysts. We'll give that one a 7 out of 10. Next up, we've got EJ. I have about 80 to 100,000 MT, and I've mainly been playing domination, so this isn't really good for online. I usually have a shooting point guard and clamps players. I run the pass and screen away play to open up space, and then I kick it to open shooter or take it in. So we've got Tiny Nate, Michael Cooper, Boris Diaw, Al Horford, Ralph Sampson, and then off the bench, Damon Stoudemire. First time we've seen him. Orlando Blackman, Bailey Howell, the White Mamba again, and Tyson Chandler. So Damon Stoudemire and Evo'd as well, I think, but I mean, I guess for offline play, he's fine, but if you want to take him online, it's a GG. If you go in with Damon Stoudemire online, yeah, might as well just dashboard. It's not going to go well for you, so I would say just have someone ready to replace him, and we've gone over a couple of point guards already. Sleepy Floyd probably be my number 1 option, then Gus Williams, and I don't think you can really afford anybody else with 80 to 100k. I think John Stockton's probably pushing your budget. Darren Williams you might be able to afford as well, who is obviously ridiculously good. Other than that, I would say Bailey Howell to the 4, get rid of Scal and bring in Michael Jackson? No. Steven Jackson at the 3. You ain't playing Michael Jackson at the 3. Steven Jackson at the 3, just as a little bit of a more well-rounded option than the Scal. Again, not bad though. Another one with Ralph Sampson, so GG's on playing limited. We'll give that one I think that's a 7.5 out of 10. I think that's a little bit better. Next up, we've got Max. I have 92,000 MT. I need to get a center to replace Ruby Shack. and Damon Stoudemire is a diamond. So you need a centre. Well, if you want to go for a shooting route, you got Bill Lambert. If you want to go a defensive route, you got Rick Smits for your budget guys. If you want to start spending a little bit more MT, you're looking at either Kristaps Porzingis or a Dikembe Mutombo. I think they're going to be your guys, or a Mark Eaton, but I'll probably take Mutombo over him. They're kind of your options at the centre position. Would I say spend all of that MT right now on a centre? Probably not. Like I said, just wait until Friday comes around. But solid squad though. You got the Clay in there, and oh, what a card that is! What a card that is. That's a GG. So yeah, Shaq's definitely the weak point in this squad. Other than that though, pretty damn solid. I'm not gonna lie, pretty damn solid. We'll get that one a 7.5 out of 10 as well. Last but not least, we have got my guy Dev. Hey JD, I'm normally spending, this is my squad, I've got about 200k in the bank. Any suggestions? We've got Steph, Eric Gordon, Michael Cooper, Boris Diaw, and Bill Russell. GG's on that grind. Byron Scott, Clay, Bruce Bowen, David Boucher, and Bob Lanier as well. Very, very well-made team. Not going to lie, a lot of defense, a lot of offense, a lot of shooting. I've got to rate that. I would say get Bailey Howell in there somewhere, because I really think that card is fantastic. I would say Steven Jackson again over Bruce Bowen. I know Bruce Bowen's got the defense, but Steven Jackson is just so much better as a well-rounded card. Both your bigs can't shoot, which if it's not to your playstyle, then it doesn't matter, but if that is your playstyle, then that's definitely something to take into consideration, and KP could be the guy to come in and help you shoot around. I'd say just start Clay over Eric Gordon just so you got the Splash Bros out there in the backcourt, and Byron Scott as well. I'd probably say get Sleepy Floyd or Gus Williams in there for him, but very nicely made squad. Again, probably about 7.5 out of 10. Nice, well-rounded squad. And that, guys, is going to do it for the first episode of the season for 2K21, and I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to let me know down below if you want me to continue these. And obviously, if you do want me to continue these, then we can make it a weekly and a 2-weekly thing. I just need to know if you guys want to see it, so let me know. But that's going to do it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. As usual, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.